So I'm joined today by Francis de Cristina, Sierra Harvest Farm to School Director. Thanks for joining me today, Francis.
Thanks for having me.
So you guys have a big announcement that you're making, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you tell us a little about that?
Sure. We're excited to share that we are working with the school districts here in Western Nevada County and with a nationally renowned foundation, the Chef Ann Foundation, to work towards just transforming the face of school food for our community. It'll be a process, but in the end, kids will have access to fresh, healthy, scratch-cooked meals for their breakfast and lunch at school.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely amazing. That sounds like a great thing. So I'm taking it's going to be in partnership with some of the local farms and whatnot from around here. So they're getting some fresh food directly from our local farms.
Sure. So that's one of our goals at Sierra Harvest. Our goal is to transform lives and strengthen communities through fresh, local, and seasonal food. So this fits in perfectly with that. At the moment, the food service has limited options to bring in local food. And once we complete this process, it will be healthier in general, but of course we hope we'll also be helping our local economy and local farmers and bringing kids, that's one of my roles through the Farm to School program, is to connect kids with local farm and farmers and produce. And so this will fit right in with that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a great way to do it when they're getting their meal every day from someplace local and fresh. It's way easier to be connected to it when you're getting it every day.
Mm-hmm. And way healthier and more delicious, and just engaging kids in appreciating the deliciousness of a local peach right now or local blackberries, and how much better that is than something that's traveled so far and is packaged.
Yeah, definitely. I know I'm very excited about it. Then with that in mind, how long do you see getting it implemented for all the schools here?
Sure. So we had a pilot in 2017 with Nevada City School District. It's called Foothills Fresh, and it was very successful. It showed that when the food is not the heat and serve model that we currently have in most of the other schools, kids enjoy it more and they will seek it out and have higher participation rates. We doubled participation in that pilot program, and even the teachers were eating it, which is certainly a sign of success. And so I get calls and emails regularly from parents saying, I heard my friends at those schools have great food, what can we do? So this is the beginning of a process to extend that out to the rest of the schools. It'll take several years. What we're currently announcing is a partnership with the Chef Ann Foundation. Well, they'll be doing an assessment of all of our opportunities. We have great people wanting to do great things, but we have some structural issues. And we need to have a roadmap to get from what we currently have for most schools to the goal. And so the Chef Ann Foundation is going to be critical and provide some expertise in how to get there.
Gotcha. Okay. Would you mind filling us in on what some of those structural issues were that you talked about that are sort of roadblocks to implementing this?
Sure. So right now, we have facilities and delivery and serving. All of those are roadblocks, and none of it, I certainly wouldn't point fingers. It's honestly the way school food has been, I would say built, but honestly it's more the reverse of that, deconstructed over the last several decades, where it became easier and cheaper and more efficient, if that's a word that people think is a good thing, to buy something that's processed and pre-prepared and just heat it and deliver it. But certainly what was lost in all that is the health and nutrition and frankly even appeal of the food itself. And so because of that, schools haven't needed to invest in the facilities for scratch cooking. They haven't needed to invest in what's necessary to make that happen. And so through no fault of their own, competing priorities, if it's not urgent, it doesn't get attention. We are where we are. And so it's going to take some heavy lifting to get to have the facility to do what we're doing with the rest of the schools.
Yeah, of course. This is just so very exciting. I'm very, very happy that this is something that's happening for our community.
Thank you. Yeah, it's encouraging. When we made the announcement a couple of days ago, I was looking at people's reactions, and people were saying things like, I really needed some good news today, and this is great news. And to be able to share that and have people have something positive to be focused on these days I'm very grateful to be a part of this project and to bring that joy and hope to people in these times.
Yeah, it's absolutely very much needed at this time. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Frances.
Yeah, thanks for having me.